I've actually wanted to do a concept video for a really long time. I think now I've just had the community and the resources and connections to be able to make that come to life in a way that I've planned for it to.
Love and survival. This is never going to end well.
My name is Phoebe. I moved from Canada about a year and a half ago to London in pursuit of my dance career. I grew up in the competition world and then started to get into choreography. So then when I moved out to London, I picked up on that as well and started hosting open classes. And now I'm starting to try to get back more into the performance and choreographic part of the industry. I wanted to do a concept video ever since I was little. I remember we used to live in like a foresty area, and I choreographed to a Halsey song, and I dragged my mom into the forest with me to film it, and I edited it on iMovie and I uploaded it on YouTube, and I can't find it anywhere and it breaks my heart. So behind this concept video, I actually kind of did a little test run of it because it isn't a style that I usually host in my classes. I did a little combo to the track and it was a big hit. And from there I thought, no, this has potential, and I could see a vision, and it was more to me than just the little combo in class. And so from there it branched out, and there are little bits of that combo in the piece, but it's more just, I felt a story, I saw a story, and I just wanted that to come into fruition. The story behind this one is a little bit of a tug of war. It's a little bit of a love and lust type of feel. Again, not my common thing. I've choreographed on like lots of different groups, but they've all been younger groups. So this is my first time kind of stepping into a more mature theme, which I'm really excited to share. The team behind this is exceptional. I've taken some of my really close friends, amazing dancers, great people to be in community with that really feed back and forth with me. So like throughout the process, I've had such exceptional talent that I can rely on them to be like, does that feel right? Do we think that this is going to project? And they're very honest with me, and I really appreciate that, especially it being my first concept video with this type of filming. Like usually I'm setting things on a stage and it's not as intricate in its dynamics, so it was a learning curve for me as well, but it's just been such a great, honest and authentic exchange between everybody. And I mean, they're so talented, so it was easy on my part, honestly. I just had to walk in and say, do this, and then they're all like, yeah, okay, and everyone was so game and happy and cheerful, and it was beautiful. The whole project was in my mind kind of brewing for like maybe about 3 months, and then once it kicked off, it went really quick. So within 2 weeks there was the rehearsals. We rehearsed for 9 hours and land touching one another, except you're gonna hold that same. Do you have 2 rat tails right now? Yep, I love that. The shoot day, I was so excited. It wasn't until later, but I had taken the whole day off. I don't know if that was the wisest thing because I just kept, thinking about it all day. But after we arrived at the venue, it kind of all hit me. I was like, whoa, this is actually like coming to life. We ended up doing, setup and everything. The dancers were stretching, and then we just started picking people in for different sections because the way that we filmed everything is definitely in sections. We felt as though we'd get the best results that way and, be able to execute the vision that way the best. So it was quick, it was fast. We had water on deck and the dancers were just in and out, bending and dancing and rolling around on the floor. And yeah, by the time we were done, everyone felt really, really good about the project and had a good night's sleep. I think the thing that I've learned the most is to believe in what I have going on up here. I think a lot of times, like, I'll have an idea and I'm the one that shuts it down. Whereas now this has been the opportunity where it's actually happened. And I think seeing it in front of me, I'm like, oh wow, no, I can produce something of this caliber and this level. And I've always felt that way, but I've never really actually, bitten the piece off to chew it. So yeah, I've learned a lot about myself, I think, and the way that I like to work in the industry and in a community. So I think the hardest part of putting this together was my imposter syndrome. I really did feel that for a good chunk of time. I think I still do feel that way. I think I might for this entire project. But, I worked really hard. So I keep telling myself, no, you've worked for this and that's okay. But it definitely is something that I still struggle with. But I think at the end of the day, it's a good thing to feel to an extent, because I've, growing up, had my little MacBook, and my background on it since I got it has been work hard, stay humble. And I think that having, just that little bit of edge is good, because it keeps you, working hard, continuing to grow, continuing to learn, and being open. I just want to remain open. I think that my younger self would be in disbelief. I don't think that, she would fathom that, or she would watch it and then go, oh, that's me. But 10 years from now kind of thing. And she'd think I'm pretty cool. I would think I'm pretty cool, especially because at that point, I had really not hit my peak yet. And we're still waiting on the peak. But I think too, what I really want to do in the industry is at a creative level. And so now, deciphering that for myself, this has been a really good pivotal moment for me to start really stepping into that role and creating as much as I can.
It looks like lust is totally lost.